This is Mark Carrington to talk to you about what to expect on the upcoming CycleAcrossOz ride from the rock to the top. It is based on my own experiences of cycling that route, hiking the Kakadu National Park and also travelling to Uluru. Plan to spend a day or two in Uluru before the ride begins, take in the sunsets, take a walk around the mountain, or even walk up the rock and take the view towards the Kakadu in the distance. The ride goes from Uluru past Kings Canyon. Kings Canyon is a deep canyon in flat country and super cool down below. The road to the Stuart Highway is dominated by Mount Connor on the right hand side. On the Stuart Highway we turn left and head northwards. Expect a few road trains. They're 53.5 meters long in their entirety. They look after you really well. They can see you long before you can see them, and there's nothing really to worry about. This road is wide open. The earth is red. You'll see camels. There's always a cliff or a hillside to enjoy as you meander across easy rolling hills towards Alice Springs. Alice Springs is a large town. It's dominated by the western and the eastern MacDonnell Ranges, which with these gaps carved through by the ancient rivers. Quite frankly, I spent more of my time on my last trips just cycling those roads and taking in the mountains rather than spending time in the town. Then the ride out, leave the MacDonnell Ranges behind you. Not far north of Alice Springs, the road crosses the Tropic of Capricorn. The route also passes over the top of the Ghan Railway line, which runs from Adelaide to Darwin and stops in Alice Springs and in Katherine. We'll climb a few hills, i.e. the bridges that cross the railway line, all the way to Darwin. What struck me about riding this route is the variety of geology, the variety of vegetation, and the richness of the flora that scratch out a living on the red earth. The town after Alice Springs is the town of Aileron, which has this huge statue standing on the hillside. We'll pass through also Barrow Creek, which was an important part of the telegraph line that ran through to Darwin. We will camp in the bush not far from where Peter Falconio's body lies. No one knows where it is, but I certainly remember camping on a stormy full moon night in the bush, listening to the dingoes in the distance. The route then reaches the settlement of Warhope, which is on the outskirts of the Devil's Marbles Conservation Reserve. These huge boulders just seem to have been plucked from the sky and dropped onto the open plain for no reason that one can think. Countryside is still rolling. It's hard to imagine how people could make a living out of such stony ground, but we do know how they make a living in Tennant Creek, which is a gold mining town founded in the 1800s and still operating today. We'll see memorials along the road to the explorers. This is a dry country, and one wonders where you'll find the next waterhole. I must say on my trips I have enjoyed visiting a few hostelries along the way. These range from simple tin buildings to more elaborate hotels and pubs to the quirky, the interesting, with the integration of art and light and always a friendly chat and an ice cold beer. We soon meet. The Stuart Highway joins the Barkly Highway, which comes in from Queensland, and we roll around past this interesting rock on the way to Banker Station as we head northwards towards Daly Waters. Daly Waters is one of those places with an interesting pub, but it also has a very important history of the Second World War airfields that were based there. North of Daly Waters we begin to see more water. As we pass Newcastle Waters, as we cross the Great Redmond Crossing, as we reach Mataranka with its wide waterfalls and its hot water springs where we will soak our pain out of our bodies. The dryness is never far, although the creeks are sometimes flowing across the road, and the rivers will be fairly full of water because we're there not long after the wet season. And then we reach the settlement of Katherine, which is the gateway really to the Kakadu National Park and the Katherine River and the Nitmiluk Gorge. Spend time on the gorge, either on an organized boat or on a kayak. We have time here. All this water comes down from the Arnhem Land Plateau. We leave Katherine and head northwards towards Pine Creek with its gold mine and its large reservoir, which is in the old mine workings. Then we head towards Jabiru. The Kakadu National Park area is in two parts. It's a floodplain on the low country, and then it is the high country of the plateau, which stands some 300 meters above the floodplain. It is a country of cliff faces, it's a country of waterfalls, it's a country of amazing creeks, fine vistas across towards the mountains. It is also a country that was inhabited by the Aboriginals some 20,000 years ago. You will find their rock art in all the caves. From Kakadu we head back towards Darwin, crossing all the rivers that are draining down from the plateau, the South Alligator River, the Mary River. There are fine views of the floodplain if you go to the top of any one of those hilltops. Past the quirky settlements of Bark Hut and Humpty Doo, and you'll reach the airfields outside of Darwin. Before long you will see the mangrove swamps of Darwin, and we will be celebrating the end of a ride. Darwin is a beautiful city, it's a friendly city, it has great sunsets, and you know you will have completed your ride from the rock to the top when you're sitting at Mindle Beach at the Mindle Markets enjoying a fine sunset. The ride departs Uluru on April 18, 2015. There are still places available. To find out more, head to www.CycleAcrossOz.com.au or find our Facebook or Google Plus pages on Cycle Around Australia, or send us an email at CycleAcrossOz@hotmail.com.